All right, art nerds, so we are going to be talking about our shape collages that we will be making in class. So couple of things that you're going to need. You are going to need a scissors and then paper that I will give you, so the white paper, and then all of this colorful paper stuff. And there's going to be a couple optional materials depending on whether you're working with geometric or organic shapes. So here's the gist of what our goal is. Our goal is to create 2 collages. Now, a collage is simply a collection of 2-dimensional items generally. So like photographs, pieces of paper, fabric, doodles that are cut out and pasted. So basically you're layering and pasting a whole bunch of different papers together. And the materials that you will be given are 2 pieces of white cardstock for like your base, your background that you're going to be working on. And then you're going to be given a bunch of colorful papers in which you're going to be cutting out different shapes. Now, we talked about 2 different types of shapes. We talked about geometric shapes and we talked about organic shapes. Now, geometric shapes are those mass shapes. So a lot of times they have straight edges, sharp angles. They have special names to them. So like we have our triangles. We have some rectangles that you can see in the background here. I got a rhombus right here. This right here, this zigzag, I wouldn't necessarily call it, it's not exactly an organic shape, not exactly a geometric shape, but it seems to fit with my geometric kind of family here with the angles that they're creating and how it's basically, it's a zigzag line that I just made a little bit fatter. So I'll count it, I'll accept it. And you know, some of my pieces are falling off the edge, they're overlapping each other and creating something interesting and trying to eliminate as much of that white space as possible. Okay, so geometric shapes is what we're going to be focusing on for one of them. You don't have to have specific colors like warm colors or cool colors for each one. I would, you know, just do whatever you feel like. Okay, I felt really like, you know, purpley and reddy on this one, so it works for me. On your organic one, you can tell there's a visual difference between these two. Okay, this one has a very angular and this one's very fluid or flowy. Okay, those organic shapes are those shapes that, you know, or like free form shapes. So you're either making up shapes or they're inspired by sort of like nature things. And like when I look at my collage that I made, I think of like tentacles for like a squid or an octopus. You know, it just doesn't have like the little sucker details, which aren't necessary, but we have this sort of kind of like or maybe like seaweed in the ocean, and that's probably why I used a lot of greens and blues and purples, sort of like more like deep ocean kind of colors. So you're going to be having one that's just your organic shapes, okay? So the big thing that we're trying to accomplish here is being able to identify the difference between our geometric and organic shapes. So you're showing me you know the difference by creating a collage with just organic or just geometric, okay? So showing me that you know the difference, okay? And then also, you know, experimenting with collage, okay? Trying to create some sort of interesting design by layering a bunch of random pieces of scrap paper. So this is kind of like the direction that we're kind of heading. If you guys need any help, please let me know.